Hello, and thank you for joining me on this overview of the BAFA DiSE flag football program that we're starting in 2023, in September, October 2023 for female flag footballers in conjunction with Loughborough College. So, European champions, our GB women and GB under 17 girls, have just come back from two successful tournaments, being the European champions. And there's an opportunity right now, if you're in year 12 at school or at college, for you to join them on the Diploma in Sporting Excellence, the DiSE qualification, the DiSE program. We, in conjunction with BAFA, are extending our expression of interest deadline until Monday, the 25th of September. So you've got a couple of weeks to dig into the qualification in more detail, dig into the program in more detail, get in touch with us, and also complete an expression of interest form, which will facilitate us getting in touch with you to see whether you are right for this program and whether this is the right opportunity for you. And if you can join our Golden Girls and maybe even our Golden Women in a great flag future coming ahead. My name's John Wise. I'm an elite sport manager at Loughborough College. I also, through various other activities over the last significant number of years, I'm also involved in American football too. So I'm involved with the Coaches Association, the Rules Committee, the Hall of Fame Committee, still a current contact football player, but I have loved flag and have been involved with flag for a significant number of years. And a quick shout out to John Tate and the Wooden Warriors. I accompanied John and the Warriors to New Orleans in 2007 for the NFL Flag World Championships, where the team came seventh, and they were an under 15 squad that played out there. So yeah, really excited about this opportunity. My contact details are on the screen on the bottom right, and do feel free to get in touch if you want to find out a bit more information. But what I thought I'd do is join this video to our PR just to share a bit more of an insight into what exactly DiSE entails. You will have seen the information website. Here's a little bit more. You will have seen this, so you'll read this quicker than I can read it out loud. So as you can see, we're looking for particularly 16, 17-year-olds, people going into year 12 at their school or at their college. It's a partnership between us at Loughborough College and BAFA, so really combines the passion I have for my day job, working with other national governing bodies of sport, such as England Golf, England Handball, Volleyball England, etc., as well as my American football insight. It's a 2-year program that's integral part of the BAFA pathway, which is growing, and also aligns to sixth form college, FE college work. So that's the whole process of this qualification. And it gives you, as an athlete, as a player, more time on pitch with better coaching. So we know the opportunities to engage in GB development days, GB trial days has been fairly limited, and although that's increased over the last 12 months as the team ramp up as European champions for the GB women and GB under 17 girls, and maybe towards the Worlds in 2024, there will be increased training, and this gives us an opportunity to be a part of that over the next 2 years and beyond. And actually, it gives a real focus for players to really help them develop with some specific sports science and sports development expertise to focus on aspects you need to train and prepare, as well as acknowledgement that right now there is no career in flag football. There are other spin-off occupations that players may go into. But as a dual career program, we're looking to develop other behaviors, other skills, other knowledge that are essential for success in the wider world of employment, whether that's in football, flag football, whether that's in sport, whether that's in other occupations, whether that's throughout your life. And then equally important to point out is DiSE does generate UCAS points. So anyone going and looking for UK or even US university opportunities, DiSE is acknowledged by many of the stakeholders in there. And we can obviously discuss that as you progress with any kind of expression of interest and application. So what's the aim of DiSE overall? And again, maybe brief history. I've been involved with this program for the last 10 to 12 years, well, 12 to 13 years, and working with Sport England and multiple national governing bodies of sports and several learning providers. This is what DiSE is all about. It's enabling you as a student athlete, someone in education who's also into your sport, to combine your sport and your education within the talent system, to develop those skills, knowledge, and competence, to pursue sporting excellence, whatever that means for you. And equally, you'll get a qualification for this, and hopefully we'll set you up for a post-athletic, a post-performance career as well. So that's really important to know from the get-go, and certainly why I've put a star, the North Star for me, in the corner of this image, is certainly so that this reminds us all and reminds me all the time exactly what we're aiming for with you, that pursuit of excellence. The content of the program, and again, you will have seen this slide in the further information, really does generate itself around the on-field activity that you'll be doing as a flag footballer. So on those training days, and obviously with the training days that you do for your clubs, maybe parts of the regional squads that you're part of, you will have a real focus on technical skills and your tactical development, your tactical awareness and rules and understanding and all those sorts of things. Our plan is to do a series of minimum of 6 days over the course of the year. We've got 6 planned for this 23-24 academic year. We'll see how this develops and progresses into 2024 with the Euro, with the Worlds, and with other potential announcements. But really an opportunity to engage in some 2-a-day practices to really get into the nitty-gritty of developing you as a flag football player. Wrapped and again, you know, I've seen from being close up, and the 3 girls will thank me for this, probably blame the parents for sharing the pictures, but you could join 3 of our current IFAF under-17 European champions, Lola, Abby, who was one of the team captains, and Matilda, as part of our first ever DiSE cohort. So those 3 girls are on the program, are part of the qualification, and I'm really excited to continue to support their development and to see them thrive and grow and flourish even more so than they have done already, which has been tremendous. You could also, you know, potentially, and I'm not saying you could be Phoebe Schechter, there was only one Phoebe Schechter, but you could also be alongside Phoebe Schechter. You know, Phoebe has been in the NFL as a coach at the Buffalo Bills. She's been in and around Sky Sports. She's also been part of our GB women's team, who are victorious at the IFAF Euros, and obviously been involved with our tackle football women's team, who got silver in the World Championships a couple of years ago, a year ago. So again, you could aspire to be like, and equally be different and be yourself, like Phoebe, but not Phoebe herself. So one of the key things we do as part of the DiSE process is we engage in lots of coaching, which will be led by a flag football expert coach. I may dip in and help from time to time as a football person, but they will be the expert that will support you as part of the pathway. They will also do reviews with you. So it may a more formalized, informative, drill down into the nitty-gritty of your flag football performance. So whether you're a QB, whether you're a blitzer, whether you're a receiver, whether you're a DB, all of those aspects of your game will be looked at in significant detail, and we'll utilize a range of resources, including video analysis. For the qualification, and kind of I'm going to just link back to this, and again, the North Star's there to remind me what the focus of this is. Here are just some statements that you can see about how we will help you to develop those technical, tactical, and to some degree as well, the physical skills, which I'll come back to in a second. So it's all about basically working you through a program, doing that program, evaluating it, refining it, getting your feedback, making improvements, and ultimately making you a better player. It's clearly underpinned by physical conditioning. We saw that with the great performance by the GB under-17 girls, you know, only down to a small size squad, yet still able to come through the tournament with the gold. In temperature that might be super hot like it was in Italy, it might be super wet like the GB women had in Limerick a little while ago. So again, those are really important things that we will support you with. And again, we're looking to lean on some great level of expertise in and around Loughborough, with some of the great facility access there, and equally do some S&C, strength and conditioning programming with you to facilitate your development. A big part of that clearly is about injury prevention. So in order to keep you on the field, we'll work with you so that you know what to do in case of accident, emergency, or injury. Third part there, about effective treatment of injuries. We'll obviously look to prevent rather than just to treat, but equally we'll have superb medical support around you, and we'll identify the ways that you can work in a healthy and safe way so you can prepare to be at your very best during training, and equally how you facilitate your recovery to be able to train again, to play again, and obviously throughout competitions. Another part of the program where we'll bring in some extreme specialist help will be around nutritional programming. And I've combined that with anti-doping because it's how you fuel with food first. And anti-doping, drug taking, and eating and fueling with real food first is a big part of that. So we'll look to support you, and we'll get you some specialist one-to-one discussions with nutritionists, sports nutritionists, around how you can fuel yourself for the best performance possible. Now, again, probably just a bit of an alert. This isn't about enforcing you to be on a strict diet that follows one way of doing things. This is about working with you and your situation to get the most fuel into your body that can be used to fuel you through performance. So having worked on this program for a significant number of years, we've seen some great examples in a variety of sports, male, female, team games, individual activities, where nutritionists have supported athletes to, make that small change that actually ends up making a big difference. And equally, we'll align to UK anti-doping and WADA, the World Anti-Doping Association, I think I've got that right, to make sure that you're 100% me, 100% you, so that you're aware of changes to drug restrictions, because anti-doping is a big part of clean sport and part of the positive ethos that we want. We'll also work with you, again, utilizing some accredited sports psychologists on your mental skills. So about performance enhancement, about how you can get the most out of the top 3 inches. And again, work with you to do a bit of profiling, a bit of self-reflection, a bit of analysis, a bit of training. And again, we all know, having been involved in the sport, and maybe you're someone who's not been involved in the sport, but flag football is a great game because you get the chance to go over again. You get the chance to run a play, good and bad or indifferent, and then you get a chance to kind of pack it away, move on to the next play. And it's all about the next play and how you rebound, how you reframe, how you bounce back even, how you control your emotions, how you visualize the playbook. All of those kinds of skills. We're really excited again to get some expert support to allow you to facilitate and implement these on the field of play. So that's kind of like the on-pitch stuff. And again, we'll work with you in a collaborative way to help you capture some of that evidence of those discussions, of some of those reflections, of, capturing images of some of your meals. Those will be ways that we'll actually get you to provide the evidence for some of the nutrition and fueling with food first, how you're fueling on a practice day, on a camp day, on a training day, on a game day. Again, those are little kind of mini images, videos that you might do. And I stop short saying TikToks or, YouTube shorts or whatever else platform. Maybe we'll come back to that in a second. We also want to give you some for knowledge and awareness and some discussion and some help around some of the off-field things that, again, across the sector in elite sport, we've identified collectively with other national governing bodies and other experts that these are key things that elite athletes require. So there'll be some stuff around the emerging BAFA pathway and some of the expectations around the behaviors and values that you exhibit, and certainly those behaviors throughout the experience of the GB women and the under-17 girls has been absolutely tremendous. So the bar is set really high, and I'm certain that the players on the program will live up to that expectation. We'll also talk to you about transition through the pathway whilst you're in it, and also equally as you come out of it. And some exciting opportunities that possibly are going to come up in the next couple of years and have come up over the last few months as well, about potential migration to US and studying in the US, and equally all those things around preparing to play and compete in a safe, healthy and ethical way. That notion of fair sport and fair play. Equally, as I mentioned earlier, a big push about dual career. Now, we're not careers advisors, but we will certainly give you some support to enable you to balance your career progression. So if you feel like you're on a heavily academic program, then again, what the beauty of DiSE, which is coherent and compatible with that kind of program, we will support you and back off when is appropriate. We'll ramp things up when is appropriate for your on the field stuff. But again, our insight tells us that a lot of the best performers are able to balance some of their career development. And we'll do a bit of career planning with you. We'll also help you to develop that career plan, should it be that you're someone who's like, I don't really know what I'm doing at the moment, which is not unusual for someone of your age, but certainly will give you that support and opportunity and give you some of the skills that you can develop to make yourself far more employable, and a positively contributing member of society. We'll also help you with some of your organization and how you organize yourself, to plan your sporting commitments, to plan and manage yourself outside of sport as well. We appreciate, in the 24 hours in the day, that doesn't give you a lot of space to do stuff, and 7 days a week and all the rest of it. And particularly, if you are an athlete as well, there are increased demands on you. So we'll do some significant work facilitating some of your planning, which may be around some of your sleep hygiene, which may be around just helping you become a little bit more organized, and being able to kind of tap into the resources in and around you. We are not the only ones that will do that, but we'll facilitate those conversations. And those conversations, communicating with others, is really, really important. So we will help you work well with others. We will get you to communicate effectively. We will give you ownership. We will help you develop that autonomy if you don't have it. As I reflect upon how we package DiSE for some of the sports that I work on, is very much about me as the performer. We appreciate that you're not in this alone, and probably during your time on DiSE, you will have more people around you potentially than you might at other stages of the pathway. Again, little asterisk there, because that's to be determined with an Olympic announcement in October. But who knows? But certainly we will give you that support and insight and that you require to perform on the pitch and to perform off the pitch, when you're at school, college, wherever it is that you are. Allied to that communication element, there's obviously a big thing about presenting a positive public image, how you communicate that to the public, how you utilize your public image to generate opportunities to develop your network. And again, she's going to love me for talking about Phoebe and what Phoebe does, but she does a fantastic job of her Instagram, her Facebook Live. I think they're all connected, her Twitter, and all the stuff that she does. And it's just a fantastic ambassador for the sport, for flag football, for herself, for her family, for all of us who know her, and are really proud to be connected to her. And there are others who do the same. And again, maybe we can get the rest of our GB women to up their social media game as well, to facilitate the great stuff that they're doing. And again, we know that goes on behind the scenes, in the shadows a little bit. So helping you to present that. Then we will also do a little bit of stuff with you around financial planning. We understand that as a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, you are not financially planning for the rest of your life right now. And maybe this is about how you manage your parents' money. And again, giving you some insights into some of the things that are required as you go to become an independent and financially independent young person, as your life develops through perhaps and hopefully a sporting background as well. So we will give you some great insights of that, and we will lean on some experts to help you there. And then kind of going back full circle, we also do a little bit around some health and safety, but again, is very much practically applied. We will not get you to do risk assessments, formal risk assessments. We will not get you to document those. We will not get you to learn about the health and safety laws. But again, it's really important as an athlete, that your laces are done up in the most appropriate way, that you've got a gum shield in, that your shorts are the right and appropriate shorts to wear in competition. And again, you as a flag footballer will kind of know some of this. Again, this might give you that better insight in order to be even more effective, on and off the football field. And I was reflecting on this with a colleague the other day, and we kind of sort of said, availability sometimes is the best ability. And you can't do that if you suddenly tripped up because your lace was undone, or you're wearing, the wrong kinds of shoes, and you're just not aware of any hazards in your environment. So we'll take a global approach to this and a holistic approach, but we'll also drill down into some of the stuff that you're doing in and around the football field as well. So those are kind of the main topic areas. Basically, if I can kind of boil this down to the things that you will do on the road to success, you'll do these things that you'll see on screen. It's about self-praise, patting yourself on the back, having some well-defined goals, being committed, having some clear objectives, taking the right approach, whatever that is for you. And again, this becomes a very individualized program within a team context. There are 10 places, 7 places on our DiSE program. 3 have already been snatched up by the 3 girls that are on the GB squad. Taking the right approach for your level of excellence, whatever that is, whether you're a newbie athlete coming into the sport, whether you're an experienced flag football player. It's about that resilience of not quitting, of giving it a go, of bouncing back, of, you know, and again, I talk as a tackle football player about, you know, sometimes I get knocked down on a play and I get back up and, you know, sometimes put my gum shield back in and run off and do the next play. That's what sport is about. That's what life is about. It's about having a solid foundation, and equally it's about taking action. And on the road to success, you know, we will act as a bit of a co-pilot for you and accelerate your progress over the course of the next 2 years. We all know this. You've probably all seen this as well. So it kind of speaks for itself. We know that there's no linear path that will clearly define what everybody does. We know you're all on an individual program, and we're really excited to kind of help you with that as you progress through this experience. Here are some things, again, you will have seen. We are looking to focus a lot of the activity of the DiSE program around the 6 camp days that we've got planned. The first one being the 11th of November. We've got another one on the 16th of December. And then we've got 4 into the new year, into 2024. Lots of support from some performance service staff in and around Loughborough. We'll do some video analysis. We'll also do an online remote element of support as well. So the DiSE lead, the DiSE coach, who's being employed at some point over the next couple of days, they will deliver some remote video analysis sessions. There's some tactical stuff, some playbook stuff, as well as doing coach reviews with you. And again, you know, that will be stuff that's done at a mutually convenient time to you. So it'll fit in with your school college program. It'll fit in with other aspects of your life, and certainly fit in if you're watching this as part of a BAFA organization, will certainly fit in and around your team training. And we've certainly scheduled these camps into quiet weeks within the BAFA flag calendar. I'm aware that the challenges of, you know, that there might not be a week where a player might be due to do some contact stuff. If they're in the women's contact league, you know, that's just one of those decisions that we've had to go with as a focus on flag. But again, we can have those conversations. In terms of the evidence, as you can see here, and as I kind of talked about, we're looking for it to happen in a naturally occurring way. It will not feel like another college course. It will feel like a flag football development program that you're part of. So again, through my experience, and maybe you'll get the slightly longer playing version. I don't know if 12 inches are a thing anymore. I can share with you some of the insights I've got from my own performance and from the performance of elite athletes that I've worked with and supported and been around training diaries and tracking reflection on your performance. We'll also have some term lead progress reviews. So we'll have 6 reviews over the course of 2 years, which will also be an opportunity for you to demonstrate some knowledge and understanding and deliver some evidence for the qualification as well. So if you are 16, ideally between 16 and 17 now, a couple of days ago, and about to go into year 12, first year of sixth form, ideally on a full-time program, but do get in touch if you've got any questions around that, and committed to join us for 2 years, then go ahead and, you know, join us at the start line, the new start line. Join Lola, Matilda, and Abby. They're in a different order on this one. Lola, Matilda, and Abby as part of this first DiSE program, this groundbreaking program. There's so much stuff that is going on. I just can't contain my excitement. But so much stuff is going to happen through accessing this program. I'm clearly biased, clearly trying to sell this to you. But again, there's such great opportunities that you don't want to miss out on. So sign up to this program. Again, expression of interest form is the QR code, the URL. I'll connect this to the website where this video is recorded and shared as well. Do get in touch via email, and let's have a conversation before the deadline of the 25th of September. And let's see if DiSE is for you and you are for DiSE. Great opportunities ahead. And again, you know, who knows, this time next year, you could be part of our world winning, I've jinxed them now, haven't I? but our GB under 17 girls, European champions. Who knows what's next? And I'm really excited about their future. I'm really excited about your future. So thank you for watching, and I hope to hear from you very soon.